So just showing you today how to get the grout in your kitchen or bathroom back to being really clean. You just need a couple of things really: baking soda and hydrogen peroxide. And I use I use a squeeze bottle because it makes it easier to get it into the lines of the grout. So you put half as much baking soda as peroxide. So usually I do a cup of peroxide, half a cup of baking soda, and then just like a teaspoon squeeze of like Dawn dish soap. So put it in here, squeeze it all, shake it all up. And yeah, and then you just, I started doing it before I started filming. So you just squeeze it into the lines of the grout like that. I started. You can see it's not really dirty. I did it like a few months ago, but I'll show you the difference once it's done of how it looks. Yeah, so you squeeze it on, leave it on for about 15 minutes, and then I'll come back and show you what to do. You just use like a sort of hard bristle brush, brush it really well, and then just like rinse it with water. So I always have my brush, I have a cup of water to just rinse the brush in, and I have like a wet cloth that I'll keep kind of wringing out and re-wetting. So yeah, be back to show you the rest. So this is the solution when it's on. So out of that cup of hydrogen peroxide, half a cup of baking soda, I covered about I would say almost 50 square feet, 48 square feet. Just letting it sit for another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to scrub it off. See you then. Okay, so this is what I use to clean the grout. I like using these wire brushes. You could even just use a toothbrush or like a plastic bristle brush, but I find that the metal brushes work really well at scrubbing because it's almost like using like an SOS pad. They're like so strong. But you could really use anything, or you could probably even just use like a scouring pad or like a, scratchy sponge to use. Oh my gosh, there's like oil on the counter. Or like a sponge to scrub the grout, whatever. But I find this works the best, goes right in the lines, and it's easy. I always have like hot water, a cup of hot water. I dip the brush in, and then I get like a wet rag, like nothing, that's in good shape, because it's probably gonna turn like gray or black once you start scrubbing your grout. Yeah, so then you just head over to where it's been sitting. I forgot to say earlier, sometimes I just even use my finger to spread the stuff into the lines. On this side it was really wet, so it seeped in and it's not really sitting, but just kind of depends on the baking soda. It's usually kind of foamy, so it'll just stick in the lines. It's actually been on for almost an hour because I had to go out and buy the brushes, but yeah, I don't think really any extra time makes a difference. 10-15 minutes is usually enough. Yeah, so just get a brush out of here. I'll use the silver one, I guess. You can get these at the dollar store or Home Depot, but like I said, a sponge would probably work, but I just prefer this for inside the grout. It's so easy. So I'm just gonna head over. I always start at the side that where I started putting the solution. And so yeah, that's it. You just dip it in. Sorry, I don't know if I got that on camera. Dip it in the water, scrub. It's kind of messy. If you have some areas that are really black, you might have to scrub a little bit more, but just a quick scrub is usually good, and then the water kind of makes it runny again. And then I'll usually do a few tiles. Sorry, I'm not filming very well here. I'll usually do a few tiles at a time, but here I'll just do one. And just scrub it. And it doesn't look clean when you're done. It needs to dry, and then it'll look clean, and you can do a side-by-side comparison to see like the difference. But right now it's probably gonna just still look dirty because it's like, I'm not doing a very good job for me, because it's gonna be like so wet. It has to like totally dry, and then you'll see how like white it is. So I don't know if it's picking it up, but even like the solution is getting kind of gray just from like whatever dirt is coming off of the tiles, and you want to keep rinsing that off because you don't want to just keep using like a dirty water. That's it. So there's like one tile done. It is hard to film and do something at the same time. Yeah, so that's it. And then you just want to keep changing that water like every so often. When it gets really gross, you take your rag, you start wiping. You just wipe all the like solution off. And then I even wipe off my tiles because my tiles are not flat. They have like these grooves in them, and they sometimes tend to like collect dirt that your mop doesn't necessarily get. So I kind of just like give them a good scrub as well. And then that's it. And then you would move on to the next section. Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. It does leave a bit of like a grit from the baking soda. Like you get like a whitish film. You can just do like a quick mop after you're completely done to get rid of that white film. But, or just give it like a wipe again with like a dry rag or whatever. But anyways, yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when it's completely done. When I've done like the whole area, it'll probably take like a good half hour or so. Okay, so a little disappointed to show you this because you really can't see like a huge difference in the cleanliness of the grout. I think it was just like fairly clean to begin with, so because I used to find that it made like a huge difference, but I did it like 6 months ago, so I guess it really wasn't all that dirty. So this is where I stopped. Where is it? This is where I stopped, and then that's like what part I haven't done. So maybe you could see like a little bit of a difference, but not like a huge difference. Trust me though, this works amazingly. It really is very good. I've tried everything I could find on the internet, from using Oxy to toilet bowl cleaner to bleach to like every other product, and I really found that the baking soda and the peroxide and the Dawn did the best job. I'm just going to show you, there was one more product that I found. I found this at like a warehouse sale. It's called Universal Stone Miracle Cleaner. I use this also just because it's like a ready mixture. I don't have to sit and mix when I want to clean the grout. So I use this a lot too. This is fantastic, but it's harder to find and doesn't do as good a job as the peroxide and the baking soda. That just takes a long time because you have to obviously mix a lot of it and spread it on, whereas that stuff, that foam stuff, you just use with like a sponge and like foam it on and clean the grout. So anyways, hope this helps. Hope this helps you get your grout back to the way that it should look. See, that part hasn't been done yet. I'm going to do that like a little bit later. This part was done. But yeah, the first few times that I did it made a huge difference on the grout. Now I've just been kind of maintaining it. So anyways, hope that helps. Bye.